Hello Scorpio, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self to ultimately create the life that you desire and deserve? As I do in all of my readings, I've pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second, but I still have the tarot deck we'll be using, clarification deck, and the advice deck I'll be using to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So please do remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Scorpio, let's jump on in. In your recent past, you have Enchanted with the Three of Wands here. This is very much an energy of almost like a new path being opened for you. Like the way that I kind of see this is like a portal in your life being opened, an opportunity to like change your life for the better in some way, shape, or form. I don't exactly know what this is yet. And I feel like I'm speaking to two different collectives. I feel like I'm speaking to a collective who has begun something new, and I feel like I'm speaking to a collective that either has been thinking about or like has been feeling a pull to start something new, whether it's a new relationship, a new career path, a business. I feel like it's going to be so dependent on your personal situation. So remember, as I talk about these things, trying to take them as they resonate, because with this Three of Wands, I feel like this is something that is very new for you, like outside your comfort zone kind of new, something that's very different. But it's something that is very much in alignment with where it is that you're trying to go. Now, in your current energy, you have Face Your Fears with the Emperor here. This is very much an energy of being scared and doing it anyway. That's one of the best things that I have really learned for myself on my journey, is when there is an opportunity that presents itself and the prospect of the possibility of that outcome, like what it could be and what it could turn into, and the feelings associated with that outcome, like when it's really exciting to me, but then the thought of like doing it or taking a step toward it or giving it a shot is scary, that typically means that I'm heading in the right direction, because so many people have a tendency to hold themselves back out of fear of what could go wrong, to the extent that they don't even give themselves a chance, right? So if this new opportunity is kind of appearing for you and you're starting to see ways that you could take steps on this path, whatever this means for you, like the universe is saying, freaking go for it, which it's funny because in your immediate future, you literally have go for it. Go for it with the Chariot. So I definitely feel as if you were, whatever this is talking about, whatever new beginning this is referring to for you, the universe is saying, yes, absolutely, 100%, this is for you. The Chariot is an indicator of forward progress in the direction of where you want to go toward the success of whatever it is that you're looking for. However, the overall theme for the reading is veiled. So the way that I kind of view this is, when we start something new in our life, when we embark on a journey, it's human nature to want to know how everything's going to play out. We think that we have this plan and things are going to go exactly according to plan. That's actually not at all what creating or manifesting is about. It's really about kind of, you have this blindfold on and you're just kind of feeling around in the dark, and you're like, okay, I know, in general which way to go, and I'm kind of following, my intuition in this direction. I don't really know, but I'm afraid of what could go wrong, but I'm going to do it anyway because the outcome and the potential that, this could be is so worth it. And that really is about, again, being scared, being unsure, being uncertain, and doing it anyway. That is where we really start to create new experiences in our life that allow us to control our fear instead of allowing our fear to control us. But that's just overall energy. Let's dive in here to your recent past, clarifying Enchanted with the Three of Wands. What was Scorpio dealing with in their recent past? Okay, so there's a part of you, Scorpio, that has been feeling pulled in a certain direction for a while in your life. And I feel as if you've kind of been ignoring the call for some reason. With the Page of Cups in reverse, ignoring the call towards something. Maybe it requires you to step away from something. I'm not exactly sure why. We all have our reasons, so I'm not here to judge yours, but bringing to your awareness, okay, what ways am I, not listening to my intuition, or choosing fear or justifying the reasons why I shouldn't take steps in this direction. When in reality, it's interesting because whatever this path is, it's exactly what you're looking for. It's exactly what your soul wants. It's exactly what you're truly craving and desiring of. But I feel like it requires you to face a lot of fear, which is why you have this do it scared, be scared and do it anyway kind of energy. So ignoring the call, and maybe, to be honest with you, that's kind of always been a phase in my journey of growth. Is something comes into my intuition, oh, I need to take this risk, or I need to do this, or I need to, take these steps, and I sit with it, and I know I need to do it, but I don't do it until eventually I do it. So it's okay if you're not, if the first time that your intuition tells you to do something, if you're, not just taking immediate steps in that direction. I think it's good to kind of allow yourself to process and make sure that it is what's best for you, but don't allow yourself to get stuck into that loop of overthinking where you get so paralyzed by all the different things you've overthought that you don't take any moves at all. Okay, so King of Pentacles in reverse, the Eight of Swords, and the Tower. So very much stuck in limiting beliefs. I can't get there. I'm not good enough. I'm not intelligent enough. I don't have the money. I don't have the this. I don't have that. A lot of times, and this might come off as sounding a little bit naive, so let me say it and then let me explain it a little bit further. A lot of times people choose fear in the name of logic. They'll say, oh, I need to stay at this job that I hate because if I don't stay at this job that I hate, then I'm not going to be able to pay the bills. Or I need to stay in this relationship that I'm in because if I don't know where I'm going to live. Logic, right? Completely understandable reasoning. However, one of the things that a lot of people forget or maybe don't fully know is that there are always solutions. There are always answers to the problems that we have. There are always you always have choices, you always have options, there's always a different way. However, a lot of times we're afraid of the unknown so much that we cling to what isn't necessarily best for us or what doesn't really make us happy because that's more familiar and that's more comfortable for us. Again, totally natural, human nature. No judgment ever in my readings. But bringing these things into our awareness allows us to figure out what we can do to change our life, what's within our control to change our life. Because if you're not living the life that you truly want, there's a part of you that doesn't believe you can. There's a part of you that doesn't think it's possible. So diving into that part of you and figuring out where that stems from can help you get out of your own way in certain ways. Recent past for Scorpio. No, that's upright. Eight of Wands, Knight of Swords, interesting. Hang on, Eight of Wands, Knight of Swords. Because what this message is saying, just at the most basic level, is running from what you want, running away from what you want. This path is what it is that you want, but you, at least in your past, were kind of running away from it. But why? I mean, I'm guessing fear. Ooh. The Empress in reverse. Ace of Wands. I mean, there's the lack of action. It's a lot of reverse cards. Empress in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse, Four of Pentacles in reverse. see, it's interesting. Oh yeah, because this is what you want. You want stability, passion, to be in places where you are valued, but there's an absence of all of that. There has been an absence of all of that. This energy hasn't been existing in your energy. So it's interesting because whatever this path is, it's leading you to these things that you want, but you've been staying in places where these things don't exist. Now again, I'm sure you have your reasons, okay? But let's dive deep into those reasons to figure out what is within your control. Because again, this is very much being afraid and doing it anyway kind of energy. Current energy for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know about their current energy? So you're frustrated right now. You're frustrated with this feeling that you're just not getting what you deserve. You're getting the short end of the stick. You're not in alignment with what it is you truly deserve here. And there's a lot of frustration surrounding that. Because there's a part of you that knows that you deserve more. So you're like, why am I stuck in... Yeah, because there's the new beginning. Okay. So a part of you knows you deserve more, right? And you're frustrated with the fact that you're not there. But here's the kicker. 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions stem from our subconscious. Only 5% of the way we interact with our reality is actually conscious level decision making. So you might know you're deserving of more. But there's a part of you deep down existing in your subconscious patterns that believes that you are not. Because our life is a reflection of what we think we are deserving of. So if your life is a reflection of less than what you deserve, there's a part of you that doesn't think you're deserving of more. Because there is a leap of faith the universe is asking you to make here. And it's toward a new beginning, a very, very prosperous new beginning with the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool and the Wheel of Fortune. But you've been avoiding this leap of faith. Staying in places that don't align with what you deserve, and then getting frustrated that those things don't align with what you deserve. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying this is all your fault. I'm not saying you're making the wrong decisions. I look back on my life and I look at relationships and careers. I've been through so many, especially careers. And I think of, all the times where I was frustrated that I wasn't where I wanted to be, but yet I continued to stay where I was undervalued. And for the longest time, it was, blaming other people and other situations for not seeing my value and not seeing that they deserved that I was deserving of getting paid more or treated better or whatever the case is, when in reality, I had the control the whole time to say, no, I'm deserving of getting paid more or treated better. And if this can't provide that for me, I've got to figure out a different route. So when I talk about these things, I'm not sitting here saying like, this is all your fault, like how, you should be so ashamed. That's not where I'm coming from at all. But if there's anything that I've learned, it's that we have so much more power over our reality than we think that we do. And it's about what we're willing to accept. And when we stop accepting less than what we deserve, the universe starts providing us more in alignment with what we do deserve. So I think that a lot of where you're at right now is the universe saying there are better opportunities for you out there. And I feel like you know what those are. Because I feel as if there's this path or this portal that the universe is asking you to step through here. But you're going to have to face some fears in order to do that. And I feel like this could be really good, but there's a part of you that doubts the outcome. But that's the whole thing, is that doubt and that fear is what has kept you stuck where you're not happy. Current energy for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know about their current energy? You're more afraid of what you could lose than what you could gain. That's where your focus is. You're more afraid of what you could lose than what you could gain. And that's what's keeping you stuck in your comfort zone. But the thing is, if you're already lacking what you desire, then what do you have to lose? Because so much of the time we stay in places that we don't belong because we literally don't think it can get any better. We think this is as good as it can get, or what if this is as good as it can get, and choosing to believe that I'm deserving and capable of more only leads me to more loss. Like, that's not, that's never true. But when we believe that way, of course we're going to stay in places that don't serve us or don't align with our fulfillment because we think that we have to. Again, human nature stuff. Our ego is hardwired to keep us alive. Its goal is survival. So if the unknown is your ego's absolute worst nightmare. Your ego wants to stay as far away from what it cannot predict and cannot control as it can. So it will continue to keep you stuck in places and almost like talk you into it so that you don't choose to step outside your comfort zone. But the universe is pulling you in a direction. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's about, but you're being pulled in a direction that requires you to embrace the unknown, to face your fears, and to do it scared. And I feel like you will not regret it. What does Scorpio need to know about their current energy? Current energy for Scorpio. Okay. One of the primary key aspects to creating the life that you desire is learning to find this balance between what is logical and what is spiritual. So learning that, like, yes, you have to make sure that your basic needs are covered. But you also, to a certain extent, have to believe that the universe is going to support you in making sure your basic needs are covered as you continue to pursue the path that is best for you, whatever that might look like. There's this focus that is so much on like your circumstances and what you need them to look like that you're forgetting that the universe always has your back, specifically when we're choosing the path that is what is best for us. The universe is supporting us. In the book, The Universe Has Your Back by Gabby Bernstein, she talks a lot. The subtitle of that book is literally Transforming Fear to Faith. And it's basically this concept of being scared and doing it anyway. And when you do that and things work out, that fear that you had gets transmuted into faith. And now you have more faith than you did fear about this specific thing. And then you take that faith and you take a little bit more steps into your fear and into your comfort zone, which creates even better outcomes and so on and so forth. And you're going to stumble and you're going to, there's going to be things you'll have to learn along the way. But that's a lot about what this is about. If you look at possibilities in your life, if you look at things that you want to do and you immediately jump to all of the reasons why it could go wrong and why you can't get there and why you're not good enough and why it's not meant for you and all these things, you're going to find them. There are always going to be reasons to fear. There are always going to be reasons to doubt. But when you start to look at your life through the lens, it's not an easy thing to do, but you start to try to look at your life through this lens of what could go right and starting to look for proof that you are supported and proof that the universe has your back and proof that it is meant for you and that you are good enough and all those things, you're going to find those reasons. Because whatever way we perceive our reality is going to be the reality that we experience. So if you're looking for reasons to not take the leap, if you're looking for reasons to not invest, if you're looking for reasons to not try, to not pursue, you're going to find them. You will, 100%. But if you look for reasons to try, pursue, believe in yourself, all those things, you're going to find those, and those are going to carry you so much further. That's what this is very much about, is not focusing so much on the fear behind everything, but trying to focus more on the belief that even if you don't understand how things are going to work out for you, the universe is supporting you on this path. And you do have and will continue to have everything you need as you continue to move forward to the extent that you believe in that and act from that capacity. Joseph Campbell once said, take one step toward the gods will take 10 towards you. When we take this step in faith toward the universe and we say, I'm here and I'm showing up for this belief that I'm deserving of more, the universe shows up for us and provides us with answers to solutions, answers and solutions that we before weren't even open to receiving. Because if you don't believe that change in a positive way is possible, you're not even going to be open to those answers and those solutions, because you're going to be so dead set on staying where you're at and not believing that anything more can happen. So the first step in creating change and positive change in our life is being open to it and believing that it's possible, so that we can allow ourselves to be guided in the direction that we need to go in order to create it. So what does Scorpio need to know moving forward? You have go for it with the Chariot here. Because your soul is being called towards something. It's being pulled in a certain direction. It scares the living hell out of you, but it's like, it's so what's meant for you, it's not even funny. All right, immediate future for Scorpio. Go for it with the Chariot. The Magician. This is very much about getting, the universe is saying, get out of your way. Get out of your way so we can help you. Get out of your way so we can create this for you, with you. So Magician of the Strength is saying your confidence in your ability to co-create your reality with the universe, your confidence in your deservingness and your ability, all those things, is going to determine your ability to create it. Because this is kind of this energy of like, when something's blocking you and then the removal of that something. So I very much feel as if the universe is saying, you can have this. The outcome that you desire, what it is that you're wanting to create, you can have it, but you gotta freaking believe in it. And like, that sounds so cheesy, and I know it does, because when I was dealing with the most fear and, certain things seemingly going wrong and not turning out the way that I wanted, if I would have heard someone say, just believe that it'll all work out, I probably would have slapped them. But I'm here today to say that it was absolutely true. That the more that I came from this place of knowing that I was supported and knowing that the universe had my back and knowing that I am capable and deserving of good things, the more I literally started to create those experiences in my life. The easier it was for me to create financial abundance, the easier it was for me to get out of debt, the easier it was to attract people in my life who supported me on my path. All of these things started coming into my life with ease whenever I started believing in my deservingness and abilities associated with them. So my inner confidence, and it's not a confidence in terms of like how I looked or how much money I made. That's not the kind of confidence I'm talking about. I'm talking about this inner confidence of knowing your value and knowing your worth and not being willing to settle for anything that doesn't align with that. That kind of confidence is unshakable, because nobody can take away from that except for you. And whatever this is, there's a reason that you're being drawn toward it. There's a reason that you're being pulled toward it. And there's a reason that the universe is saying, yes, absolutely, 100% do it. Go for it. Immediate future for Scorpio. The Fool. I mean, manifesting a new beginning. That's and this is very much what you want. Let's see if we can get any clarity on the Fool. A new beginning, the Magician, the Fool, the Chariot, like all these things, this energy in your future is so insanely positive. Yeah. But in order to do that, you got to slowly but surely close out old cycles. This new beginning is waiting for you. It's waiting for you to choose it, to believe in it, to take action toward it. I don't know what this is talking about specifically. And if you're watching this and you're like from the beginning you've been thinking, oh, this is about relationships, I encourage you to try to think outside the box, because this might not directly apply to the aspect of your life you immediately think it does. I mean, take it as it resonates, but just make sure you're thinking bigger picture. It's not always about love. It's not always about romantic love. In fact, most of the time, the romantic love comes whenever you create your life without it, whenever you create a fulfilling life without it. So another something to to remember. All right, immediate future for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know moving forward? I love this. The King of Wands with the High Priestess. This is taking action. This is very, it's confident action. And it's action that your intuition has been pulling you toward possibly for a long time now here, Scorpio. Your soul is being pulled in this direction. This path is open for you. The opportunity is there, and the universe is saying, take it. Take the opportunity. Believe in it. Believe in yourself. Believe in your abilities. It's a yes. It's a yes from the universe. A resounding yes at that. And I feel like to your ego, it's a resounding no. So try to learn to differentiate. This is not an easy thing to do, so it's not something that can just be done overnight, but learning to differentiate the difference between your intuition and your soul guidance and your ego guidance, because your ego guidance is loud and it's you must and you have to, and if you don't, then XYZ, and if you do, then bad things are going to happen. That's your intuition will never speak to you that way. Your intuition will never have a sense of urgency and do this or else, okay? Or don't do this or else. Your intuition is calm, and it's coming from a place of compassion and love and understanding, and it's a nudge. It's an inner knowing. So if you're looking for an answer and you're hearing this loud, demanding voice in your head or just the energy of it, that's not your intuition, okay? So trying to learn that your intuition is always going to pull you in the direction that is going to align with your unlimited potential. Your ego is always going to pull you in the direction of repeating old cycles and keeping you stuck in places you don't belong, because your ego wants that control. It's not to be demonized. It's not saying you're a bad person if you're allowing your ego to control you. That is survival 101. We are, the whole point of a spiritual journey is breaking out of that survival mode, allowing your ego to become a friend instead of a controller. And that really starts to, that starts whenever you learn to identify it. And sometimes your ego will try to, disguise itself as your intuition, but then the truth of it will always come out. Do this or else. You're not good enough. You can't do that. You'll fail. That is your ego, okay? I don't know. Someone out there needed to hear that. Anyway, I'm going to hop on over to the extended. In the extended, we're going to talk about what can you do right now to ensure you're moving forward in alignment with your higher self. As always, information is in the description box below. Thank you so much, as always, Scorpio, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Scorpio, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Scorpio.